Hello everyone, my name is YutongChen and my project is titled Urban Greenflow. With the increasing demand for data storage, data center as a place to store digital data undoubtedly support the growth of a high-tech city, and a city cannot grow without its citizens. Therefore, the new data center not only stores electronic data, but also provides a variety of physical information to its citizens, combining library and gallery functions to provide a cultural gathering space for Base West residents and truly return the land to the public. The story of the country tells the intimate relationship of the land with water, but the development of the industrial in the past has cut off the public connection with water. Therefore, the new data center will provide an elevated green platform with a connection to the foreshore, providing an interesting experiences of the city's transition to the water's edge. In this axonometry, it shows how people flowing from the elevated green platform and towards the cultural gathering space within the data center. The master plan showing the elevated green platform will continuously follow along the harbor and align with the foreshore path. There are different node points for gathering, which allow visitors to experience the maritime character of the site. Public can access and interact with water in an interesting way. The massing of the data center creates a juxtaposition with the silos. When visitors arrive at the White Bay Cruise Terminal, they can see the data center, welcoming them to experience the harbor walking. This perspective showing that the elevated green platform on the data center create a connection with the foreshore platform on the other side. And the giant public staircase and the green ramp plays a welcoming gesture for the visitor. The elevated green platform and the foreshore platform create a hierarchy relationship towards water. This is another exterior perspective, which showing that people are able to gathering at different node points along the foreshore. And again, how this is where the this is the public plaza where people can gather in going up and they can go down again. And here's another public plaza and the public pool. This interior perspective in the performance and in the cultural gathering space showing that the risers are becoming the background wall for media study space. And this perspective showing that the expose of the pipe allow visitors to see the structure of the data hall, and the perforated screen covered the data hall area and contrasts with the glazing wall of the cultural gathering space. This is another perspective showing that the double high space between the ground floor lobby and the level 2 library. In terms of the power strategy, I'm using hydrogen fuel cell, which the hydrogen fuel cell will use a renewable energy that converted water into hydrogen and oxygen and store the hydrogen in the tanks. And those tanks will be delivered on site and produce electricity for the data hall. And these risers are connected to the hydrogen fuel cell, which essentially is a battery, and the riser will transfer this electricity for the data hall above to use. And in terms of the cooling strategy, I'm using district cooling plants, which compose of direct seawater cool chillers, cools off the warm water from the data hall. And these pipes are connected to the cooling dome above, allow the cold fresh water goes up to the data hall and cools the air and takes the warm water down and reuse its heat for the waste heated pool. This axonometry showing the materiality of the data center. So for the data hall area, I'm using the aluminum perforated screen facade, which allow me to like hidden the pipe up behind the panels, and the building is using the concrete structure and precast concrete panel. In the basement, there is hydrogen fuel cell that produce electricity to use, which is this yellow area. And the discrete cooling plant is indicated in purple. And there's a heat exchanger which allow the public pool to utilize the wasted heat. On the ground floor, the visitor can enter the second level through this giant staircase, but they can also enter the ground floor through this entrance. And the office space are all located on the ground floor and all towards the north to receive natural lighting. And the lobby and the car park and the loading dock are located behind. This is the level 2 plan. So the visitor, when they access the public staircase, they can access to this level 2 library space. And there's a void that creates a connection to the ground floor lobby. And around the study space and meeting room. And the officer can access the data center through the lift, and the blue area indicates the cooling zone, and this area is the data hall area, and middle is the electrical plants room and generator rooms. The interconnect rooms are here. The public visitor can access again through access level 3 from this staircase and access to the culture space here. So this culture gathering space composed of gallery space and also performance space. And this is another typical floor plan for the data hall. Yeah, so like level 4 and 5 above are the typical floor plan for the data hall area. The section A showing that how the public visitor can experience a hierarchy of space within the data center. So like they can access through this ramp going through the platform, and they can enjoy the view of the silo and understand the texture and the scale of the silo from a close look. And then there's a double high space within this culture gathering space. And again, they can going down through the staircase again. This is another section showing how the double high space of the lobby and the culture gathering space on the level 2. And the data hall area are located above. This is the detail section of the data center. So I'm using the warm roof, which means the insulation located above the concrete floor, so that the structure can better capture the wasted heat and utilize this wasted heat. And this is the aluminum perforate panel, which connected to the precast concrete panel. And here is the crack units. So the hot air will going up the ceiling and going through this mesh wall, and then going down to the crack units. And the crack units is connected to this pipe, which is hidden behind the panel. And this pipe will serve the cold water that cools the air and take the warm water down to the mechanical plant room again. Yeah, so here's all my presentation. Thank you.